Hey guys, Luke here and welcome back to episode 7 on my Rugby League Live 3 Win 1 Take 1 series. And in this episode we're going to be taking on the Cronulla Sharks and the St George Illawarra Dragons. Now, I'm doing this, I'm playing on the sides apart from the Rabbitohs who we played the first time. That was because they actually won the Auckland Nines this year, so I thought we'd play the champions first. But the rest of the side had been alphabetical order, but it's quite strange that the Cronulla Sharks, are one of the sides towards the towards the bottom really, but I suppose they're not going under Cronulla. For some reason they're going under Sharks, but yet some other sides actually going under their location. It's a bit weird, but Josh Hoffman gets us off to a brilliant start here, and I've got to say, I know what the scoreline is at the end. Well, I know roughly what it is, and I think it's a very, very entertaining game, so there's going to be a lot of tries scored, and that's all I'll say for this part. But Josh Hoffman, a brilliant start to the game, and if you've watched all these videos since Hoffman's been in the side, since he took on the Titans, you understand my love for Josh Hoffman in this side. But right here, we pass it, and I believe it's Kyle Stanley just picks this up, and Hoffman's going to put in a bit of a chase there, and it wasn't his fault, I don't think. I think it was, actually, I think it was his fault. I think Marmo was the one who went to go and grab it, but obviously couldn't get there in time. And if you're wondering why Jake Marmo's playing, since, you saw us play Manly last time, thought Peter Hiku, obviously, we lost last episode, lost Peter Hiku, so he's out of the side, and we're trying to find some other players. And then right here, it goes from bad to worse. We go from having the lead pretty comfortable to two catastrophic errors back to back, literally back to back possessions of the ball, because both of them led to intercept. And Kyle Stanley kicks his second goal, field goal straight over, and yeah, like I said, we went from being very, very comfortable, and now, we're behind, which is very, very frustrating. But Ben Hampton is actually going to race away and score here. You see, he's got pretty good pace, Ben Hampton. When you play against him, I've noticed when I've played against him for the Storm in both the Nines, and actually, I don't know if I've played against, I have played against the Nines, obviously, for this, but I remember playing against him for the Tigers, with my Tigers career mode, and Ben Hampton was always a player who I had a lot of trouble trying to contain, I should say, not maintain. But so far, he hasn't really lived up to it using him, but maybe that's just, user control or something. We do have Peter Wallace who came in for the Panthers last game, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to use the halves, and Josh Hoffman have been known to use him in the halves as well, get the ball in his hands as much as possible, seeing that fullback's going to be occupied by Israel Folau. But I can see here we score another try, and just before half time it was, I think it was about 10 seconds before, 10 seconds into the 8th minute, so yeah, there's not much long left in the first half. That might have been the last chance, and no, it's not. We got the ball back here. I'm assuming we probably went for a short kickoff or something like that. I'm not a huge fan of short kickoffs, but in the Auckland Nines, if you can get into position, with less than a minute on the clock, you may as well go for it. There is a chance you're going to run away and score a try straight from that first play, but as long as you can make that tackle, you should be pretty okay. But Kieran Foran just threw a dummy, and I'm really liking those tries that are scored from dummies ever since I did my first one, and that was actually not on this Win 1 series, it's on a different series, but we'll get to that. Once I scored my first one of those ones, I was thinking, oh shit, I've got to go for everything with a dummy. They just look so awesome, and it works out a lot of the times. But see, Sharks here actually pretty nice player. It's really nice to see those sort of tries actually being scored in comparison to Rugby League Live 2, where they would have just went for the try, with that current play, you would have just made the simple tackle. But this time you got a bit of a risk. First off, that first tackle you can make, right, and then they just do the dragging animation and get to it, or they throw that big cut-out pass. But Peter Wallace, who I was talking about just before, I've been bringing him off the bench because I've been either using him at hooker or bringing him on to play halves. But he kicks at 40-20, so Peter Wallace at 87 rated on this game, so he's actually quite decent on this game. He's better than Ben Hampton. Ben Hampton's 83 rated, but I've gone for the speed, that's why. Peter Wallace obviously not as fast, not as agile, that sort of stuff. And that's why when we first got him, I said I wasn't sure how he'd be suited to the Auckland Nines, but kicking game isn't something I utilise that well in the Auckland Nines, but I think there is a place for it, and it worked out pretty well. But this didn't work out pretty well. Israel Folau, we changed the him and just went flying in, didn't even bother getting anywhere near him to make a tackle. So whether I spammed the tackle or not, I don't think anything would have happened, wouldn't have made a difference. And maybe I didn't even press tackle, I can't even remember, to be honest with you. But Sharks, they're in the game, but they're not in the game. Obviously, we've scored 37 points. They've scored 24 points. So defense-wise, not a good performance from us. So we got 37 points. So we've got a bonus player there. We just missed out on a second bonus player by three points, and the Sharks, they themselves, had they been doing the same sort of competition, just 6 points off a bonus player as well. I haven't even really thought about what would happen if we both score over 30 points or whatever, and I lose. I don't know if that means I'd lose a player then gain a player. I'll think of that when it comes to it. I just thought of it just then doing the commentary. But the players we're actually going to get is Valentine Holmes, who I might have accidentally let slip that we had a few episodes ago, because I thought we'd already had him, but no, we hadn't. So there you have it. If some people going, you don't have Valentine Holmes in the previous episodes, well, that it kind of explains it just there. And Fecky was the other player. So Fecky, someone I'm not really sure about. He's listed as a centre, and he was listed as a centre on Rugby League Live too. But yeah, I've never seen him play centre. I've only ever seen him play wing, and we throwed him on the wing for this episode here, I think. No, we haven't. We thrown Valentine Holmes in there. Maybe in the future, Fecky will meet the side. But you can see here, he is on the bench, so I believe he does get a chance coming on and playing on the wing probably, or maybe not even in this game. But I know for sure he does get a chance at playing in the centre position. And yeah, I can't really explain. I think he's a very similar player to Hiku on this. And if you've seen previous episodes, you know what my opinions are on Hiku. But we'll get to Fecky if something happens with him. Valentine Holmes, one of his first touches of the ball, and it's an okay one. Sam Burgess maybe went a little bit too early there. But then Andrew McCullough went to the short side. I like to do that sometimes, not usually in that position. But right there, that's the position I want for the winger. And Valentine Holmes, he's got good finishing, so diving into the corner should be okay, and it was, obviously, as the try was awarded and all that sort of stuff. But Hassan Mazrou kicks from the sideline, not a renowned field goal specialist, but a goal kicking specialist he is, and yeah, pretty simple stuff just there. Now, fourth tackle, we decided to run it, and more times than not, I'll decide to run it on this game, because the line breaks, because there's so much space on the field, they're pretty easy to come by, let alone when you have wingers pushing back and that sort of stuff as well. So you may as well run it, I feel, on the fourth tackle, just due to, you're going to make a line break anyways, and probably get into a similar position you would had you made a kick. Plus you get the opportunity to score a try. And speaking of scoring tries, the Dragons had a very good opportunity there. It looks like maybe like John Green or whatever his name is, someone like that, someone who I don't really know. Looked like they had the ball, but Kieran Foran came and wrapped them up and threw them over the sideline. That was beautiful play by Kieran Foran. And then you saw the Dragons just before halftime throwing it around, and they came up with a forward pass, I think it was, which for some reason the forward pass get listed down as a knock-on sometimes in this game. It's a little bit weird, but that's what they're going with for this game, whatever, for some reason. So we'll just go with it. And at 12-0 it was, at half-time it was 12-0, I should say. And Sam Burge is actually, he's not a huge, like a really, really good player in this game for me. Obviously, I actually had to do the ratings, because the one I downloaded didn't have any ratings, but I got him as an 86 rate or something, which he should be more, but I didn't want to make him so overpowered. But yeah, he's not very effective. I think that might just be because of his position or whatever. But after 10 minutes, I was thinking 12-0, it's actually a pretty tight game with the Dragons. We saw with the Parramatta game, that sort of stuff. It's, anything can happen. We can concede tries very, very quickly, and I thought, why not take that 1 point while it's on offer? I mean, it may as well, in case they get a bonus point or whatever. You might be thinking the 1 point might be useless, but all they got to score is one bonus try, one normal try, and that's even. As well, kick the goals as well, but I think you know what I mean there. But Kieran Foran sort of wraps that one up, just goes to the gap. I wasn't intending to do it. I was, as you saw, I was jogging there, and I was waiting for something to happen. Then all of a sudden, I was like, oh geez, nothing's happening, and then the gap was just there, and I thought, oh, we'll just sprint forward, and it's kind of just happened. I didn't really intend for it to happen. It just opened up right in front of me, and I couldn't pass it up. Right here, Sonny Bill, he's going to race away, but they're going to come across, I think it's Dugan maybe, but we sort of slow pace down and just cut back inside, and as all good Rugby League Live 3 players do, that's how you finished off. Just change of direction is very, very overpowered in this game. It's not just this game, it's not all sports games. For some reason, the change of direction is just so hard. I suppose it's reflexes, especially for online games, but this is an online game, so computer should be a little bit better, you'd think, but I'm not gonna complain. I like it. That's how I score all the tries. If we didn't have that, I don't think I'd score many points, to be honest with you. But a 26-0 win, so keeping them to 0 is really nice considering the game just before, conceding all those points. No bonus players though, and as you can see, we pick up number 13, a bit underwhelming. Dan Hunt. There were a few good players in the Dragon squad. I think it was Joel Thompson, Dugan, and Benji and that sort of stuff. But pick up Dan Hunt, freaking Dan Hunt. anyways. We added him into the squad, and I don't think we're going to be using him, but I mean, we might find a spot for him. He's a prop, and we don't have that many props, so could find a use for him, but probably not. Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you leave a like, it'd be very much appreciated. If you can subscribe to my channel, very much appreciated as well. Leave a like. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke and YT. Facebook page in the description below. And if you want to leave a comment, I'll definitely take a look at it and reply and do all that sort of stuff. And once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.